Hello and welcome back to week 2 of our Girls Rugby Leaders online program. I hope you're feeling really motivated and excited after last week's leadership lesson. Hopefully you had a chance to build your leadership skills, work out with Coach Luke, make some fun crafts, and even improve your rugby skills as well. This week we get a whole new word of the week, and I'm excited because it is my favorite word of the week. This week we're going to work on the word empowerment. Empowerment is all about feeling confident in ourselves. When we feel confident in ourselves and our abilities, that's when we feel like a superhero or a rock star. So when you feel empowered, you're going to feel that same feeling. You're going to feel like you could do anything or be anything that you want to be. You're really confident in your abilities, and that's exactly what empowerment is all about. For this video, we're going to go over your empowerment worksheet. We're going to start with the worksheet where you fill in your answers, and then we'll finish our video with our coloring sheet. Again, if you don't have a printer at home, feel free to follow along with a blank sheet of paper. At the top of your page, you'll see the definition for empowerment. The process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially when you're controlling your own life and you're claiming your own rights. Just as we mentioned before, when you feel empowered, you feel strong about who you are and what you can do. So let's dive into what empowerment's all about and how we can feel more empowered in our lives. We're going to start with the first question at the top left of our page. Why is it important to feel empowered? We just talked about what the definition of empowerment is. Why do you think it's important to feel that way? What happens when we don't feel empowered? What does it feel like when we're not feeling that way? Take some time and fill in a couple reasons of why it's important and why we want to feel more empowered. For me, I just put that it really makes me feel good and it motivates me to do more things when I'm feeling empowered around something. Take some time and fill in the reasons why you think it's important for you to be empowered. Now that we know what empowerment is and why it's important, we have to identify some ways to feel more empowered, because it's definitely something we can work on every day. Go to your second question on the top right of your paper, which asks, what are the things that you can do to feel more empowered? Again, go back to your definition. Empowerment is all about the times that you feel confident in your abilities and about who you are. So what are the different things that you can do to feel more confident in who you are, or the things that you can do? One thing for me that makes me feel really empowered is working out. I love to move my body because it makes me feel really healthy and strong. So when I'm out going for a run or I pick up some weights and do a workout, I feel really strong and confident in my body. So that's something that makes me feel empowered about what my body can do and about being healthy. So that's one thing that helps me feel empowered. Think of all the different things in your life. Think about the things that you do outside of school, in school, at home, with your friends. What are the things that make you feel really empowered, and what are some of the things that you can do to help keep that empowerment up? Go ahead and write in your answers on your worksheet. The last piece of our worksheet that I want you to work on around empowerment is how we can feel more empowered in sports, at school, and at home. So go ahead and go to the bottom of your worksheet here, and what we want you to do is list the times that you feel empowered when you are participating in sports, when you're at school, or when you're at home. For me, I know in sports, when I'm playing rugby, if I learn something new, like a new skill or a new team play, and I practice it over and over again, and then I get to perform it when I do it in the right way, I feel so confident in my abilities as a rugby player, and I feel really, really empowered. And that makes me want to learn more and do more. So that's one way that I can feel more empowered when I'm playing sports. I want you to think about some things that you can do on the field or off the field, and again, in school and at home. Think about the relationships that you have and the activities you participate in. I'm sure that you can come up with many different ways to feel more empowered. Go ahead and list those on your worksheet at the bottom. Once you're done with your worksheet, it's time to move on to our coloring sheet. Just as we did last week, you can color in your rugby player to represent yourself, someone that you know, or someone that really embodies empowerment. I colored in my rugby player, and I decided to add something else to my picture. I wanted something to remind me every day about being empowered and why that's important. So I put in a quote here that I want all of you to remember. I wrote, "Empowered girls rule the world." When you feel empowered in your abilities and about who you are, you can do anything that you want and you can be whoever you want. No challenge will ever be too big that you can't overcome it. I want you all to remember that empowered girls rule the world. The more confident you are in your abilities and who you are, there's nothing that's going to stop you from being exactly who you need to be. So never forget that empowered girls rule the world. I'm really excited to hang this one up next to my leadership coloring sheet from last week. I hope that you'll display yours around your house as well. Don't forget, we would love to see the pictures and drawings that you're doing, so feel free to send us some pictures or tag us on social media. Remember, empowered girls rule the world. So go on out there, be empowered this week, have a blast participating in week 2 of Girls Rugby Leaders, and we will see you next week.